Hello and welcome back to Common Tools. My name is Arden Thomas. I'm the Syncom Smalltalk Product Manager. Any questions or suggestions, please send them to athomas@syncom.com. As a reminder, the tools I'm showing you, the common tools, work in both our products, Object Studio and VisualWorks. If you recall, last time we built a domain object, and today we're going to explore using the debugger. So, with the debugger, what I can do, and debugger sometimes is an odd name. It's the debugger, but it's not a bad place to be. As a matter of fact, you can do your coding, live coding, in the debugger. So if I want to debug this expression right here, I can use this, or I can right-click on this and choose Debug It, or do Control B. Let's go ahead. So up top we have basically a couple controls: step, or step into, step, and step over, which will go through iterations into blocks. If you don't want to sit and click on it 1,000 times, you want to choose this. But right now we want to step into this message send. So here we are, and we can see it goes one at a time. We can click, add, and see what the result is. 212. Okay. Now let's try something else here. Let me try 99, and we're going to debug this. Times 9 divided by 5 plus 32. And what is the object? Oh, that's different, right? It's a fraction object. I can double-click, go into the inspector, which we talked about last time, and check that out. The denominator is 5, back up. Okay, so what if we want to make sure that we show the temperature for Fahrenheit as a floating point number, or even an integer? Well, so right now we're getting a fraction. Well, I do know I can do a couple things. I can force this to be a float, and I can also force it to be a float by saying divide by 5.0. So let's try that. I'm going to accept this. So what have I done so far? I've looked at the result, I've changed the code, I've recompiled it. Now I'm going to re-execute it and look at the result, and it's what I expect. Let's say I wanted to try the other way, or say that wasn't the result. So I'm going to highlight this, and if I do parentheses, it puts both parentheses in. I can say as float and accept this. Let's try that. And we actually get the same result. So again, I've changed the code, I've looked at the result, changed the code, recompiled the code, re-executed, and looked at the result. In old environments and old programming, ways of doing programming, that might take a lot of time. Here we can literally do this in seconds. And myself and a lot of Smalltalk developers do their coding right here. Instead of just doing it in the browser, you can go and develop and test and look at your results and change them as you code. And this is a great power of Smalltalk. Really, really useful. So this is the debugger. We can also type in self Fahrenheit. We can type in expressions here and print them. We can drill into things like these by double clicking to get into our inspector, and also if we can put in expressions here that reference this variable right here. So a number of things we can do in the debugger. Let's do something else with the debugger. I'm going to close that down. What if we have our domain in Fahrenheit and we want to know what the Celsius is? Domain Celsius, and we don't have a Celsius. So let's correct that. Let's say we want, and I deselected this, so I'm going to say Celsius, and I'm going to accept that. So now I can do Celsius. Okay, only the thing is we don't have a Celsius. I just created that. Well, let's do this. We're going to write the code in the debugger. So I'm going to say let's debug this. I'm in here. This is empty. I'm going to write let me hit the wrong button there. Excuse me. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to write the Celsius. So Celsius from Fahrenheit. Celsius is going to be my Fahrenheit minus 32 times 5/9. And I can do it in this order because this is if you recall, our Smalltalk tutorial. It does things left to right, parentheses, unary, binary, then keyword messages. So it's going to do this subtraction, then multiply by 5, and then divide by 9. I'll put a period here. So let's see what this looks like. I'm going to accept this. It says, what is this? I don't recognize Celsius. We want to make this a temporary variable. So we click on that. Now I'm going to execute this. And my Celsius is 25. So what we want to do now is return Celsius. And by the way, I could get rid of this temporary variable and just have the caret right here and return that. But we're doing this because we can explore it a little easier. So let's accept that. That's my Celsius, and I return that. So now I can come right here and say, let's print that Celsius. It's 25. Great. If, let's see, Celsius 99, I can print that. Celsius is 99.0. But like the error we found before, let's do this. Domain Fahrenheit is 211, and then Celsius, let's print that. We have a fraction again. So let's fix that. Let's fix that in the debugger so I can change the code, and I'm going to say multiply this by 5.0, which is a floating point. Let's see if that, in fact, okay, we get 99.4444. Well, let's say we want to do something. Okay, so we're seeing that result. I highlight that parenthesis, put the whole expression in parentheses, and I can say round that to, and I'm going to round it to 0.1. Accept that, and let's check out our result. And now it's 99.4, which is what I want, exactly what I want. So again, in this live coding environment, I ran the code, looked at the result, changed the code, recompiled, retested, and I can do that in a tight loop, doing it in just seconds per iteration. And then once I got the result, I can verify that right here, and it's exactly what I want. So that is an introduction to the power of the debugger, or also I like to call it the live coding environment, and you can do a lot of your development in this live coding environment. Any questions or feedback, please send it to athomas@syncom.com. That's me, Arden Thomas. Until next time, have a great time with Smalltalk.